Hey guys. Oh, can you guys hear me? Okay, perfect. Woo, okay. Sorry for the messy introduction. We were just in the desert and it's like 90 degrees outside. So I just had to like run in here and get my kids settled. So I'm gonna give just one more minute to let everyone get on. It's already recording, which is beautiful. I'm not sure when that happened, but perfect, we're on. I'm gonna take some Innovate real quick and we'll get started. Okay, so I wanted to hop on because actually I'm gonna give it, let me see. I wanted to just touch base on some things that I've been doing for my business lately that have been really helpful as we're approaching the end of the month / one of our last busy months before summer hits. I know Francesca is running a 90-day run for her beach retreat. So anyone who's participating in that, like I'm pushing hard, I'm trying to get to the top of the list. So doing all the things. Helen Osterman, I don't know if she's on here or not. She was hosting a power hour a couple weeks ago and was talking about this sample challenge that she was doing. I decided to jump in and do it, and I wanted to share my experience with it because it was really, really fun. And I think that as time goes on, it can be really beneficial. So if you are someone who does samples, who enjoys sharing your product with people, would be a really good fit for you. Ginger and I actually did it together, and we did a 3-day sample challenge, a mood and energy sample challenge. And Ginger, would you be able to share that invite in the chat box? Do you have it saved? We'll make sure we'll get you guys that invite in case you want to try doing this. But I kind of want to just go down the list of how this works. So you're basically setting up a group chat, like as if you were starting a 3-way conversation with your upline. We did a mood and energy sample challenge. We did crave, sport, and greens, and sent out invites, which took a few days, especially if you're in business mode and you're doing other things like inviting to the business, working with potentials, getting on other calls. Spent several days sending the invites, and then you start the group chat, and then you spend 3 days just educating them on the product. It was a lot of fun. Everyone was really participating, posting selfies, which I was able to then use in my stories. And so far I've gotten 2 sales from it. So, and this was my first run, and I really feel like I wish I was a little bit more prepared. So, I want to give you kind of the rundown on how it works so we can all utilize this. So you're going to send out your invites for a few days. And I will make sure that we get you guys the verbiage in the chat. This is really, really great for the people who showed interest in product but never bought. Maybe someone you invited to the business who was like, no, I'm not interested, no thank you. Or maybe someone wanted to buy product but they couldn't afford it. Like anyone you've talked to about business, even people that maybe have ghosted you. What I have learned over the last year is just because someone doesn't respond doesn't mean that they hate your guts. They could be busy. Maybe they've looked at your website and they can't afford your products. Maybe it was a really bad time for them. We don't know. So I reached out to all kinds of people that I had been in conversations with in the past. And it's actually even brought a potential ambassador on for me. So it was really great. I started a lot of conversations. Yes, save that invite. It was perfect because it's really passive. It's not aggressive in any way. You're not asking. It's a little like, hey, let me send you free product, no strings attached. I spent a lot of time just begging people to take my samples, and I just willy-nilly send out samples all the time, and no one would ever be taking them. And so I stopped doing it because I was like, I'm literally throwing money away because this ends up in someone's drawer, or I know, and they're like, oh, I never got around to it. So this really makes people commit. I ask for commitment that you're going to participate, you're going to share your experience, that you're going to try all 3 products before I send them anything. And I do it really friendly. I'm not rude about it. It's just, hey, you know, this is what we're doing. In exchange, I do ask for your honest feedback, even if you hate it. I would really appreciate selfies that I can post, you know, in my stories throughout the time. And just kind of, you know, being there and trying all the products. And everyone was super willing to. So send out your invites, collect your group of people that you got. So maybe you got 10 people who want to join, right? Mail out all the samples. I learned this the hard way. Wait until everyone has their samples, because I had to do a little back and forth because I started before everyone had theirs. So give it like a good 5-day stretch from when you mail out your samples to when you want to start. So really think about your timeline. Maybe 3 days to send invites, 5 days for shipping, and then start your group. So you're going to start your group in Facebook Messenger. Just like a group chat, like, you know, Hemp Buyer, Hemp Life, whatever you're in, and add your people. What I did is I introduced myself, not, you know, even though everyone knew me, I just said, hey, you know, I'm super glad you guys are here. I am going to be spending the next couple of days educating you guys on the products that I've shipped out. These are the reasons why I love them. And then, of course, post a picture of myself using them every day. If you want to see what it looks like step by step, I'd be happy to add you to the group that we just finished. But I think we posted our links for purchase on Friday. Yes. And so I'm going to keep this kind of active until the end of the month, just to see if anyone decides to still buy. And I've actually had 2 people reach out to me and say, hey, I can't really afford it right now, but I'm definitely going to be ordering. So this could be quite profitable. Now, I didn't add up the amount of money I spent in samples, but I have a feeling it's going to be, it's getting product in people's hands, you know, knowing that they're enjoying it. And we had a lot of fun. We had a ton of fun. So, everyone's posting their selfies, they're educating, asking for feedback. And then on the last day, what I did is once everyone has tried their products, I just said, hey, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I chose one person that had posted selfies and participated all 3 days, who tried all 3 products. And I offered that person a 5-day experience. So I let her choose 5 samples of whatever product she wanted that I had on hand. So she wanted Crave. So she won a 5-day experience for participating in the group. And then I did offer a raffle of $10 back to one of the customers that ordered. You don't have to do that, but I do like to give incentives, especially when I'm pushing for something. So I like Venmo'd the girl who won that raffle. So do them, don't do them, totally your prerogative. If you want to be dropped into that group chat to kind of see what it looked like, please let me know at the end of this. I'm gonna, okay, that was Ginger in the chat. Great. Okay, so I also want to kind of drop a few words in here of things that I've learned lately. I've been spending a lot more time on power hours, even though I've been with Q for over a year. I've been spending more time on power hours, talking, you know, being in the presence of leaders, being even on opportunity calls, just to kind of stay in that culture, right? And what I've realized more than anything is like the non-negotiables that I have set for myself and my business is what keeps me running. So if there's anyone who's maybe new to this call and you don't really know what that means, I'm going to share my daily non-negotiables so maybe you can see what it looks like. Or maybe you've been doing this for a while and you feel stagnant. Maybe you feel stuck and you just don't even really know who to talk to. You're like, I have 700 friends on Facebook, but I don't know who to send an invite to because we have no relationship, or I'm feeling kind of funky, right? We've all been there. It happens to me all the time. So my non-negotiables help me stay in activity so I can be in front of people, having conversations with people, listening to what people have to say, and addressing problems if they have them. That has been a big thing for me. So my non-negotiables, every single day, except for one day a week, I unplug. Stories. I always have stories up. And I watched a traction marketing training that was done a couple weeks ago by Emmy. And she talked about how you're using your stories. You don't ever just want to look like an infomercial in your stories, right? We all have those friends that like throw a bunch of like stock photos in their stories, and then they're like, oh, come buy my stuff. Oh, I have a goal to crush at the end of the month, come help me. Like, we don't want to do that, right? So her method of reaching people is providing entertainment, providing value, and providing entertainment. And I have found this extremely beneficial. My views of stories have like tripled since I've started doing this. I've toned down my Q sciences in my stories just a little bit and made it a little bit more family based. And I'm getting more conversations than ever before. So for me, it's like, I'll put a couple pictures of my kids, and then I'll maybe share a couple before and afters of collagen. Or maybe I go into our testimonials page and I find a really great story. So I'm going to screenshot it and put it in my stories, and then put a poll. Hey, want some more info? Go talk to daddy. He'll help you go potty. Okay. Right. Go. And then I'll drop something else. For me, I do a lot of like spiritual memes and stuff like that. So entertain, value, entertain. That has been super helpful for me. I will find 5 to 10 new people a day to start conversations with. Maybe maybe I have a bunch of new people in my friends list that I've never talked to before. Maybe I'll scroll through there and just reach out to someone and be like, hey, we've never chatted before. Like, how's your weekend going? Sometimes I'm super awkward like that. Sometimes I watch people's stories. But for me, I have a goal of reaching 5 to 10 new people a day to have conversations. Not only is this helping your algorithm, but it's connecting you with people that you may build a relationship with, and maybe they need to see what you have. We just don't ever know who we need to be in front of. I have 1,000 followers on Facebook, but I guarantee I'm not having 1,000 conversations a day. So that tells me I have work to do. I always reach out to at least one friend a day, whether that be on Facebook Messenger or text message or a phone call. Check on your friends. Check on your friends, because I can tell you someone's about to join my business that I invited over a year ago. And she just reached out to me a couple of weeks and she's like, I've been watching this whole time and I need in. So keep those friendships going, not just for business, but because we're human beings and we need friends, right? We're people. We need human connection. I can get stuck in this social media thing, and it's like becomes so serious, right? Struggling to find friends. Okay, so what I do is I go into my computer and I go into my friends, and it says suggested friends, and I just scroll. And this is going to sound a little strange, but I just scroll until I see someone that like I vibe with. When I see someone, I'm like, oh, they look like a nice person. Maybe I'll click on their profile and be like, oh, cool. She's a doula. She seems like someone I would vibe with. I'm going to friend request her. And that's not to say that everyone I friend request accepts my friend request. It's like 2 to 3, is that a ratio, 2 to 3? So I use suggested friends quite often. If someone has like 47 mutual friends, I'm not going to friend them, because they're more than likely in the business, or someone I'm in business with has already invited them to queue. So I try to broaden my horizons. a little bit. I hope that helps. Also, where do you find spiritual memes and or shares? Hold on, Veronica. I'm going to answer the question about reels in 1 second. Spiritual, I follow a page called Healing Energy Tools. That is a Facebook page. They are a jewelry company, but the owner of it, he posts all kinds of spirituality stuff. So Healing Energy Tools is like my jam. If you go on my stories, you're going to see their stuff, guaranteed. Every single day, he puts like a little, like, it's almost like a horoscope, like it's a quote, and it's just for that day. And I post them almost every single day. Also, when I'm watching other people's stories, if they have something that I love, I just screenshot it and I share it later. I have like 5,000 memes in my phone of just things that I've seen while being on the internet. And I'm like, oh, that's really cute. I'm going to save that for later. Instagram is a really great place to find stuff like that too. If you do use Instagram, I highly suggest searching a hashtag. For me, it would be like chakra healing. I'm going to put it in here. Healing Energy Tools is the page name. Energy, not energy. I don't know what I was just saying because my son just walked in here. It distracted me. Oh, Instagram. So he's in here. I got him. Hold on, guys. Shut the door. Bye. I go onto Instagram and I do like chakra healing is a hashtag that I follow. And quite frequently, I find pages or memes or things that I love that I can share to my story. Sometimes I'll screenshot it, but really just be open all the time to seeing things. Maybe you're scrolling through your feed and someone posts a meme and you're like, wow, that really hit me. Save it. You're going to need it eventually. You're going to need it. Someday you're going to be like, I need something to post. You'll have something. Okay, let's talk about reels. How often do I use reels? Almost every single day. Almost every single night I post a reel. The weekends I'm really bad at it, but I try to post a reel every single day. Instagram does not make me a lot of money. I'm going to be real honest. All of my business is done on Facebook, but I'm trying really hard to, thank you. I'm trying really hard to stay in it because I know that there can be a lot of success there. That is to say, I do have a ambassador signing up from Instagram and I have made a sale from Instagram. So it's not something I'm not going to count on. I'm always going to show up on Instagram. I do reels at like 9 p.m. because that's when my audience is around. That's when I get the most views. I think Francesca does hers at like 9 or 10 p.m. too. Also, another good time is like 6 a.m. If I'm some days when I don't have my kids, sit down, please. Some days when I don't have my kids, I will batch reel, which means I will go into reels and I will find audios that I love and I will record it on the spot and then save it to my drafts for later on. What this allows me to do is have multiple reels ready to use. So if I have 5 minutes in the morning to post a reel, all I have to do is pull up my drafts, put a little caption, put some hashtags, and send it off into the internet. Done and done. The same thing with at night. Instagram is not the same as Facebook. You don't have to engage for a certain amount of time. I can literally wake up, post a reel, drop my phone, get my kids ready for the day, and next thing I know, I have 2,000 views. That's not always the case. Sometimes it's 200 views, but like it just doesn't work the same. Reels are it's a constant wheel of motion. It's not based on your algorithm. I hope that helped. And if you want to follow me on Instagram and kind of see what I do, my name is Mama Bear _Sanchez. I'm watching you. Is it best to post to page and personal Facebook accounts? I always use my personal account. I am not, I'm not shy about what I post on my Facebook. But I know a lot of people who keep their Facebook private and then just do their business stuff as a public post. I would not do that, honey. That's gonna, my 5-year-old would be screaming bloody hell with XL cream, huh? Can you say hi? Mommy's working. Okay. What's the best way to learn how to make reels? That is a really good question. Veronica, can you message me after this and I will give you some support, because that is a pretty long drawn out thing. Yes, perfect. Message me and I will get you some support. I know there's a couple girls on our team that have done reels trainings. Also, I'm sure I can find some YouTubes on it. You can save your reels on IG and share them on Facebook. Yeah, yes. I don't, for some reason, I don't have that button to share it on Facebook. Oh, you can save your reels. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Yes.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times. It's obviously, you can just, before you make your reel, before you post your reel, you can even, I think, go back to old reels and you can just download it to your phone.
Oh.
And save it to your phone. And then you can just upload it to Facebook.
And Facebook has reels now.
Yeah, so there's some music, like sometimes if you're connected to your Facebook and your IG, you can actually share it. It'll recommend it on Facebook.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But it all depends on the music. Like there's some, I don't know the logistics with the music. Some music is allowed on Facebook. Some music is okay to be shared from Instagram to Facebook. I don't know. I've seen mine where it says recommend on Facebook and I keep that option up. I don't always know if it shows up, but I'll do it manually just so it's there and people see it on Facebook.
That's great.
And I've had some reels that do better views on Facebook than IG and vice versa.
Oh, okay. So there you go. There you go, friends. Try it on Facebook.
The worst case other thing you could do is if it doesn't let you download music, you can get the same music on Facebook sometimes.
Right,
so if your music isn't syncing because it's legal, you can just add it again later.
There's even people that are getting paid from Facebook Reels. It's kind of crazy. If you get like over 10,000 views on your Facebook, you start to make money off of it. It's crazy. So, hold on, guys. Santino, go see Dad, please. 1, 2. No. All right, guys. What time is it? 6:24. Okay, I have Reels training in my phone. Okay, great. So yeah, Reels is like, honestly, it's one of those things where you just gotta play around with it. A lot of times I copy like Kristen Wyatt. I copy her a lot. Francesca Fields, I copy her. And I try not to make all of my business because I do focus on like, and this is the hard part because some people are like, oh, you have to have only one niche. And then other people are like, you need to talk about your 5 pillars of personality. So, and both of these people are successful, right? So I think more than anything, we just need to find what works for us. For me, I like to talk about autism. My son's story is a huge reason why I'm with Q Sciences. Anyone who knows me knows that autism is a huge part of my life. I advocate for it all the time. Sir. I advocate for it all the time. Spiritual healing is a big thing, like inner child work, shadow work is like my jam. Yoga, that's my thing. So I want people to know that part about me and not just like, you know, the face of Q. I want people to know who I am. So, you know, maybe when I'm making the kind of money Francesca makes, I might feel differently, but for now I'm gonna like, you know, shadow my personality. So I wanted to share something. Oh, if you're not saying happy birthday, I know we say this all the time, but make sure you're saying happy birthday to people. Like on Facebook, go through your friends list and find the people. You can just search birthdays and it'll pull it up for you. And someone said this the other day, was it Katie? Katie said this on a Power Hour the other day. Sometimes she waits until the day after And she messages them and is like, hey, I wanted to wish you a happy birthday, but I'm sure your inbox was blowing up yesterday. So I waited because I wanted to make sure that, because on our birthdays, do we not get like 50,000 messages and our Facebook's blowing up the whole day? So in order to get someone's attention, wait a day or two, which I thought was genius. So I'm going to be utilizing that. I follow someone on Instagram. Her name is Katie Rollins. She works with Pruitt, I believe. She is a mastermind at social media. She has done many network marketing trainings. She has a massive following, a massive team, and she's sweet. She's a sweet, sweet girl. I'm going to type it here. Katie Rollins and she's freaking hilarious, you guys. Her mom jokes are literally have me peeing on the floor, like not even joking. She's hilarious. I watched a training of hers once, and she talked about her Instagram, and when you're creating this persona of who you are, it really should look like someone's favorite sitcom. So when you sit down at the end of a long day and you put on your favorite TV show, you're engaged with the story, right? You're engaged with your favorite characters. You got your love and your hate characters, the ones that you really want to see die, but they never go anywhere. And then you got the ones that you're like, got the secret crush on. And you got all your characters, right? And you're really emotionally invested in this show. And then you got your commercials, right? And you stick it out because thank you. You stick it out because you want to watch a show, you're invested. That's how your social media should look like. You want your social media to be someone's favorite sitcom, and the commercials, your product are the commercials. Because people are going to see it, right? So that kind of goes along with, oh, hey, Ashley, I didn't even know you were on here. What's up, girl? It kind of goes in line with the 80-20 rule. 80% of your post should be about you, and 20% should be about your business. So, I mean, there's literally, I've gone through phases in my business where I felt like I wasn't posting enough about Q. And it turns out that the less I post about Q Sciences, the more success I have, because people are flooded. People are flooded with invites from network marketers. I myself probably get 7 invites a week. And I literally say to these people, I'm like, could you do me a favor and go back to my page and scroll for about 3 posts? Because you will run into something that will show you that I'm in love with my company, and there's nothing for us to talk about. So do me a favor and work on relationships. Okay, thanks, bye. So please understand that people are getting messages all the freaking time. So build a relationship, connect with people on a different level. And I'm telling you, it will make all the difference in the world when you do bring up business, or maybe you never do bring up business, or maybe they make a post about their kid not sleeping and you reach out and you're like, hey man, I know exactly how you're feeling. I've been there, done that. So I'm running out of time, guys. Does anyone have any other questions? No, I definitely talked.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Sorry. So non-negotiables were your stories. Talking 5 to 10 new people a day, 1 friend a day. Did I miss anything?
Oh, I'm sorry. I honestly just sit on there for a few minutes until I feel like I've run out of options. I will probably spend 10 minutes looking through suggested friends. Sometimes I invite 5 people, sometimes I invite 15 friends, adding friends. It really just depends on how much time I have in my day to run my business. So I would say anywhere between 5 to 15 new friend requests per day. Because only a fraction of them are going to actually accept that. And then a lot of times what I do is I'll wait like maybe a few days, a week, and I'll send them like a cute spiritual meme. Hey, I hope you're having a stellar week. any plans for your weekend, and kind of like try and gravitate towards a conversation. Some people completely ignore me, and that's okay, but they end up watching my stories. So I would say 5 to 15. And sometimes I delete people, you guys. And this is only because I only want people who I vibe with on my page. Like, if we don't vibe, there's no reason for us to be Facebook friends. So I do occasionally delete people as well. And then stories, I could do anywhere between 5 and 15 stories a day. Just depends on how active I am. And then, of course, following up with anyone who like expressed interest in ordering. I usually do like every 2 days. Apparently the whole family wants my attention. Did that answer your question, Elena? Cool. Please, you guys, if you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to me personally, and we can definitely walk through it, okay? If there's nothing else, I'm gonna go take some pressure off my husband. Awesome, yay, I'm so glad I could help. I hope you all have a great night. Thanks, Stephen. Our kids are nuts. My son's in the middle of a really bad regression, so it's just been like,
Elizabeth, Elizabeth,
yes.
I just wanted to say, another thing they told us was to take pictures when we have trainings, and we could put those on our posts.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. I don't know who's speaking right now.
Elizabeth, this is
Veronica? Okay.
well, yeah, it is. It is. I'm about to ask a question. Will will the recording be on playback? And if so, where will we find it?
I will put it in the Telegram chats. I will also put it in Hemp Life. I don't know, Veronica, if you're on Ashley's team or if you're in the Telegram, but I will definitely make sure that it is available to everyone.
Okay, thank you.
And then again, reach out to me after this, Veronica, and we'll talk about Reels.
Will do. Thanks.
Okay. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Have a killer end of the month. And jump on those power hours if you have a chance. They're really helpful. All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you.